Okay, guys, it's Meatball here. Welcome back to our Zelda 2 playthrough. It's not blatantly obvious. I have switched emulators for this. For some reason, I was using FCEU and it wasn't letting me do my save so I could come back and continue here. So I loaded Messin, different emulator, and just ran through and got to the same point where I was where we left off the last time. One thing I do want to explain quickly before we get started with the second part here is you notice how the dungeon is now turned into a mountain, a mountain sprite. There's rumors out there. I don't know where people get this from because it's easy to disprove, but there are rumors out there that if you were to go through the dungeon and beat the boss but not get the secret item, that would still turn into a mountain and you would be blocked. You wouldn't be able to go back in there to get the candle. In this case, that's not true. If somehow you beat this dungeon and you miss the candle, you will be able to go back in and retrieve the candle or whatever the item is. The game would be impossible to beat if they did it that way. So don't worry about it. If you ever screw up and you're not watching one of these videos or somebody else's videos and you're just trying to go it alone in a dungeon and you end up at the boss and you beat the boss, you don't have to worry about, oh crap, now I got to backtrack and find the item right now. Like say you're almost dead, you don't want to do that. You can go through and put the crystal on the pedestal and all that stuff, just like normal. Go to some town or something and heal up, come back, you know what I mean, and then go through the dungeon and look for the item. So you don't have to worry about, the castle or the palace turning into a mountain, and then, oh crap, I left the item in there, now I can't get it. That won't happen. So anyways, in this part, we are going to be playing from the end of this dungeon here, or palace. You can call them dungeons. But anyway, we're going to play from here, and we're going to see how long the video is. I do a lot of stuff before I go into the second palace. You can go straight to the second palace if you want, but I find the second palace becomes exponentially easier if we go to Death Mountain first. Now, Death Mountain is really difficult for beginners. I'm going to try to guide you through the Death Mountain part as best as I can. But the first thing we need to do after leaving that first dungeon is head back over here. Now, in the next town, you can go to the town and learn the story if you want, talk to the people, but they're missing a trophy. So in order to get the next magical spell, we need to retrieve the trophy, and it's in this cave right here. And it's not very difficult to obtain. Sometimes this bat can get annoying. And he'll reappear too. He'll respawn. So after you get to the end of this cave and you have to go back out, he will be back. So you got to watch for that. You want to fall in that lava because that will kill you. You will lose a life like that. There you go. See, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect, but anyways, not a big deal. Yeah, unlimited continues in this game too, by the way, so don't worry too much. Now, if you lose all of your lives, then yes, it makes you go all the way back to like where we started the game in the first place. So you might have to walk all the way back to wherever it was that you died. It's not really a big deal. A lot of people, they whine about that. Like, why can't I just start at the beginning of the dungeon I was in or whatever? It's, the entire world of this game is not really that big. It doesn't take more than a few minutes to get back to wherever you were. Now, that's only if you lose all 3 of your lives. If you lose all life, you stay, you'll respawn the same screen where you lost that life. Just like you just saw there. So now we have the trophy. We're gonna head over here to this town. We're going to talk to her. She's going to refill our life. If we needed magic, we could talk to this person and they would refill our magic. The first town doesn't have somebody that replenishes your magic for some reason. Probably because you don't have any spells yet. But anyways, now we talk to this person here. She's going to say that we saved the trophy. Come inside. We're going to go inside there and we're going to talk to one of those wise old men, and we're going to get our next spell, which is jump. It'll make you jump, I think, twice as high as normal. Alrighty. So we got that. Now we can leave this town. There's nothing else to see here. Now if you talk to random NPCs in these towns, be aware that some of them are actually possessed by Ganon, and they will turn into a bat when you talk to them. So, but there's really no need to talk to them. They don't give you a whole lot of useful information anyway, for the most part. So now that we have our jump spell, we come down here. We gotta get through this cave. Just block the Octoroks the best you can. Take your time. No need to rush through it. There's gonna be a dude chucking boomerangs at you over here. Sometimes he throws them under you or over your head, and you'll have to turn around real quick and block them with your shield so you don't take a hit. Next area is exactly like the old one, only instead of Octoroks, we got these guys here. These little blue guys, whatever they're called. So there's this guy here. There's going to be another one and another boomerang guy. Sometimes it's, you know, you just gotta take your time, try to get your shield in front of those boomerangs so you don't take too much damage. Now this last part here, we got a couple of bats, and we're gonna have a red bat coming up. Now when he gets to the ground, he actually turns into like a big bat-like creature and shoots fireballs at you. He's right here. Usually he's not this far over. See what I mean? You cannot block those fireballs, so you have to slash him before he launches the fireball. Now, or you could hit him while he's there as a regular bat. So now we're going to cast our jump spell that we just got, and now we can make it over this. With the normal jump, you wouldn't be able to make that. Alright, now we're over here. I recommend staying out of the swamp. If you need life, though, you can go... Well, we got a fairy anyway in the field, but there is a fairy right here, too, if you need a health boost. Try to stay out of the swamp because it makes you walk really, really, really slow. So walk through the grass. Unless you prefer to fight the Octoroks that you encounter in the swamp. You can. They give you 10 points apiece, so it's not bad at this stage of the game, point-wise, to fight those guys. We got caught by a big monster this time, so that's why we're fighting these things and not those jumping frog-looking things. Back over here. Now, before you go across that bridge, we're going to do a little shortcut. If you go into the town down there, you're going to eventually get to the end of the town, and there's a really, really big, wide river. And without the, even with the jump spell, you can't make it over that. The guy is going to tell you you can't cross. So you're going to have to leave town anyway. So don't bother, just come straight over here, go to right where I am here, because there are, inside of this woods here, there are like forced side-scrolling battle scenes. So if you want to avoid those, come to where I am. We're going to step a quick step right back. Well, I didn't make it. I got caught quickly. That's okay. We'll get out of here. Just go up to this one here and then go over. That's the easiest way to get to Bagu without having to fight any of those forced battles. Then you just talk to Bagu, and he'll give you a letter to show to the riverman, and then the riverman will now allow you to cross the river. He'll build you a bridge. So I'll go back right down. There you go. Then you don't have to fight in that, because in that woods there's a lot of those scenes in there. Here we're gonna have these weird looking dinosaur skull head things coming up. When they come up in front of you, duck every time. For two reasons. One, they'll soar over your head, and two, if they launch a rock right away, you'll block it. Now, here's one of those little secrets is over there in that little patch of woods I was talking about earlier. I figure while I'm walking by them, I'll just show them to you. There's just a pea bag down here. It's not a big deal. But we get an extra 100 points, so may as well grab it. We'll get to that next level a little faster. Alright, now let's go back over here. We're going to go into the town now. All these towns have names if you read the signs, if you want to know the name. Now that lady coming out of there, that's where we're going to get our next spell from. You want to go into this building right here. Hit the button by the table and you're going to find her mirror she lost. Now you're going to go right back over here. Talk to her. And she will take us down to her father. And he will teach us the life spell. So that way we can restore our life. That's one reason why I highly recommend it. You don't want to do Death Mountain now, at least come here and get this spell. So that way if you find yourself near death in the second palace, that you know, you can restore your life. It's a very useful spell. At this point of the game, it's going to take most of your magic. But it's either that or death. I guess you don't have much of a choice. So now you're going to walk across here and keep going. There's going to be a magic restoring person right here. So I just refilled my life like that. We're going to use the magic guy. Now, when you come out and while your magic gauge is going up, if you cast a spell, it will continue to increase your magic until it's full anyway. So notice how it's going up. We're going to hit select. See how it keeps going up? So that's nice, so that way you don't have to talk to him again, just to refill your magic again. This is the river man, so he's going to let us cross right away. If you don't know where to find Bagu and you come in here and talk to him, then you're going to have to leave and go look for him. Eats up a lot of time. We're going to cross over the river. Another trick, if you know, well, that really won't work because you kind of need the hammer, so it doesn't matter. Never mind. So we're going to go to this cave first. You got your blue bots. This is Death Mountain. I know in most Zelda games, Death Mountain is one of the last places you go. Usually means you're nearing the end of the game when you get to the Death Mountain, but not in this game. This game, you know, obviously has to be different. Okay, so now there's only one way to go, so we're going to go here. We got 3 Octo Rocks, and there's another 3 going down the other side. Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of a different cave. Well, no, they're up here a little bit. Okay, so I like to let him jump and shoot, and then I drop and stand and wait. Let him try to hit me. Let him jump over him. Come to the bottom here. Attack him twice, and you're good. Now again, there's only one way to go, so we're gonna go this way. Come on. Sometimes I hate those bats. Or geese, or whatever the heck they're called. Now, you're going to have this gold dude coming up here. I'm going to cast shield because he takes a lot of health. You got to kind of figure out a rhythm. He might hit you once or twice. Now our attack's at 3. The best way is to try to time it just right, and then you can usually just keep slashing at him until he dies. Now we're going to go this way, to the right. We're going to have those stupid dinosaur-looking head things. How I ducked it, I immediately blocked that rock. That's why you duck every time one of them comes out at you. If they come at you from behind, it can be a little bit different. Now, only one way to go here. Now down here, you're going to have a red one. Those guys are a lot tougher than them gold ones, but there is a little trick you can use to beat them. Now there's a red magic container over here. As you can see, I'm about to die, so I don't want to fight him right now and probably get killed. So I'm going to pick up this magic, and I'm going to cast life. So at least now I have a fighting chance. Now you could, since you're up here, you could just jump over these jump across all of these. You're not going to make this jump though, but you can jump down and back up real quick and avoid him. You can just get through this with avoiding him. Like that. So then you can jump across again, and then all you got to do is wait till he takes a break in his axe throwing and jump across. I'll show you how to beat him later. We're going to have to fight a couple of them. So now we're in this cave here. Alright, we're going to have one of those gold ones coming up. We're just getting a rhythm. Usually he hits me once. Alright, heck with those bats. Now we're going to go down here. There's only one way you can go again. Now, this is going to have those gold axe guys again, but they're a lot easier here. All we're going to do is stand over here, walk toward him, he's going to slash, we're going to duck and slash, and then you do the same thing over and over again until he dies. If you do it right, he will not hit you at all. Now these red bots, they don't jump. The blue ones will, which we'll see in a minute. So those guys, you don't have to worry about them jumping up there and and hitting you while you're trying to kill this gold, whatever this thing is. Sorry, the screen's glitching a little bit. There, now we got another magic container. So because my light's not full, what we're gonna do is we're gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna get that, and I'm gonna fill my life just for the heck of it, because we're gonna get another magic container real soon. Plus, it doesn't matter, I'm full anyway now. Okay. Now, this is the last little section of Death Mountain. We got another gold guy, like I said. Now, those blue ones, you'll see, they'll jump up. So if there was a blue guy down there, he would jump up onto the platform I'm on. So I get to watch for that. That's blue guy. See how he jumped up there? The red ones won't do that. You'll notice a theme in this game. A lot of the monsters, there's a red version, a blue version, and a gold version. Some monsters there's only blue and red. Some monsters, it varies a little bit. Now we don't even need that magic container, so I'm just going to leave it there. But that magic container is there if you need it. So now, we're over here. Now we are about to journey our way to get the hammer. Alright, so here's the strategy for these guys. They typically throw an axe, and then they pause for a couple seconds and they throw another axe. Once in a while, they'll throw two axes consecutively. That attack is almost impossible to avoid. But what we're going to... and it's not impossible, but it's really hard. So what we're going to do is we're going to let him throw an axe, jump and attack. 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 If you miss him, it's not that big of a deal. Just do it again. And that's how you beat those guys easily. Or not really easily, but the way you beat them without taking too much damage. More of these dragon dudes. Those guys are gonna respawn, so no point in killing them if you don't need to. If they're not in your way, don't worry about them. Now we got another gold guy. He's dead. I like to go over here and just kill these things just for the hell of it. They're so easy. Why not take the free experience, right? This is a dead end, but like I said, you can go over here and kill these Octoroks. Might as well collect some experience. It's a free 30 experience points. Now don't go to the left when we go down this elevator. Then you're going to have to fight another one of those red guys. And it's a dead end, so don't even bother. Just go this way, trigger this red guy. Let him throw his first axe. See how he threw two really quick? He did it again. They don't normally do it twice in a row like that. Usually it's one. 1 in 4 throws, he'll do the double throw. Typically. Alright, now, and over here, we're going to have an enemy we can't kill yet, because we don't have the downward thrust attack. And you just wait and let him jump into the lava. That way you don't have to worry about him knocking you into the lava. Now we're going to have a gold one and a red one coming up. Anyway, what I was saying about the colors of the enemies. Typically gold is the weakest. Red is middle. And, just to be safe, we're going to refill our health. Anyway, and blue is the most difficult. So when you see the same sprite, but it's a different color, that's kind of how you tell the difficulty level of that particular monster. If it's blue, it's the hardest variation. If it's red, it's typically the middle. And if it's gold, it's the easiest. Now, like I said, not every enemy has all 3 colors. Some only have 2. Like the bots, there's no gold bots, they're just red or blue. Those little spike things. There's no other variation of those. Those dudes that throw the boomerangs at you, though, there's 3 variations of those. The iron knuckles, there's 3 versions of those. The axe guys, there's just 2 versions, the gold and the red. The moblins, there's all 3. I just don't want to get hit by his fire, so I'm going to back out of there for a second. Now, there we go. Now I'm ready. Just for the heck of it, I'm casting shield, because we're going to get our magic refilled in a second anyway. I don't want to take the off chance he hits me with that fire and it kills me, so... At least with shield on, I know it would only take half a block of me somehow hit me. So, now, you come over here and you hit that with the hammer that we just got. And you drop down, and boom! We got another magic container. Now, because I didn't get that magic container, I can actually get my magic completely filled. We'll just re-enter here, and we're going to grab this. And fill our life the rest of the way, too. There we go. Now, we're going to go over here and go up this way. This is how we get out of Death Mountain without having to go back through the entire thing again. Block, jump. Block, stab. It's the best way to get over there without taking the risk of getting hit, knocked into the lava pit. See that guy over there? He's off the edge of the screen enough that you don't get his projectiles, but you can predict when he's gonna, you know. So he jumps, jump, attack, attack. There's no more of them. Now you just walk all the way up here. That makes you appear here, get on this bridge. We're gonna have some moblins to fight. This part isn't too bad. Here's the blue moblin. So the gold ones, when it comes to those moblins, the gold ones give you no experience. The red ones give you whatever they give you, and then the blue ones throw the spears. The red ones just try to stab you. So now you gotta do these bubbles while trying to fight him. I usually say, you know what, to hell with that. I equip shield and I just run this way. Jump over the axes. They're hard enough to kill. Now there's an extra life down there, but we're not gonna get that right now, and I'll tell you why. Don't worry about the extra life. You're better off dying and going back to the beginning of the game, because you can save your game, and coming back here what we want to do in this game, we want to bank our extra lives. So we're gonna find extra lives all around Hyrule, but we don't want to get them now because you're probably gonna lose some lives during the game. One of the best strategies I can give you to beat this game is before you head to that final dungeon at the very end, you're gonna intentionally kill yourself unless you have all 3 of your lives. And then what you're gonna do is we're gonna walk around the entire world and collect every single extra life. So that way when we go to that last dungeon, you're going to have like a whole bunch of lives. So that's the strategy. So you don't want to get it now. So don't worry about where that extra life is. We'll go over that later. Now, we're going to go into this town now. We can't do everything in this town, but we can get a very, very nice ability. It's called the downward thrust. This way we'll be able to attack enemies that are below us. And I'll show you what I mean after we get it. Just jump up here and go in this door. Very simple. Talk to him. Alright, so now when we jump, all we gotta do is press down. And we can stab if there were an enemy on the ground, like one of those small things. Or if you want to jump on an enemy's head and attack them, you'd be able to do that. Alright, so we filled up our life and magic. We don't have the item to get the spell from her yet, so we're just going to leave town for now. Now we're going to go this way. Do not go in that graveyard unless you like fighting Moas. They're a pain in the butt. So anyways, go up here. Get in line with that rock. Usually I have to stand here, then step in the road. Let them catch me in the street. And then turn around. Break that. Now we can use our downward thrust on this guy. Get rid of him. You could downward thrust that guy too if you wanted. Whatever's easier. You can downward thrust any enemy you want, but... Ooh. Alright, the reason we went into this cave is because we're going to find our second life heart to expand our life by a block. Alrighty, now the next thing we're gonna do, you know, we could go to Palace 2 right now, but we're not gonna do that. For some reason, I just like to get all of this stuff out of the way at this point of the game before I approach the second palace. Now in here, this is optional. You don't need to go in here. This is going to lead us to a pea bag. And it's not that difficult to get. Whatever, screw him. Okay, let's go this way. All you gotta do is get through that, and 200 free points. I'll take it. Alright, so then just get back out of here. Back over to the road. Stay on the road and we're going to go back to the left. Now we're going to have to go in the swamp. Go right here and go straight up. There's another extra life in the swamp here too somewhere. But like I said before, we're going to go around the whole world and get all the extra lives at the end of the game. So let's not worry about where that extra life is right now. Oh, of course you had to catch me right in the block where the stupid boulder was. Alright, now we're going to go in here. Same thing. Remember what I said about these guys? They like to come out of the lava and immediately toss a rock at you. So as soon as they jump out, try to duck. Jeez, another pea bag. Oh, I missed it because it knocked me out of the screen. That's alright. Okay, now we're gonna have 2 more of those red guys coming up. Equip shield. Get your cursor on life, but don't give yourself life unless you're really low right now. If I take a hit, all I gotta do is press select and it'll restore my life. So we're gonna trigger the first one. Don't go too far, you'll trigger them both. You don't want to do that. Just remember, just jump toward them, slash. Then throw an axe, jump toward them, slash. Alright, life's gonna go up. Nice. Okay, trigger the other guy. Jump slash, missed him, jump slash. Jump slash. Jump slash. Jump slash. There you go. We have the Water of Life now, which is the item that they want in that town we were just in a minute ago. That's going to get us the fairy spell. You don't need the fairy spell for level 2, which is why I said you can do this after level 2 if you want. I just always prefer to do it before level 2 just to get it all out of the way. Alrighty. See what I mean? It's a pain to walk through these swamp areas. It just takes too long. Alrighty. Now, because we don't need the fairy spell yet, you know what? The heck with it. I'll just forget it. It doesn't take very long. Now the fairy spell will actually turn Link into a fairy. And there are a couple of useful reasons for this spell. One of them is there are areas where even the jump spell doesn't let you jump high enough to access the area. There are some areas that are too narrow for Link's entire sprite to fit. And then also, one of the other secrets that a lot of people don't know is you can actually fly right through a locked door with the fairy spell on. I don't know if the developers intended that, like you're flying through the keyhole, you know what I mean, or if that was an oversight. I'm not really sure, because it looks kind of weird. The screen almost kind of like shakes a little bit when you do it, but you can fly right through a locked door with when you're in fairy mode. But we need fairy to access the 3rd palace, so we don't need it right now. But we have it. This way, after we get done with Palace 2, we can go straight to Palace 3. No messing around. Alright, now we're going to head over to Palace 2. Once we get to the doorstep of Palace 2, that'll be the end of this video. So if you're looking for tips like that have to do with the interior of the 2nd palace, then you're going to want to go to the next video. So the 2nd palace, if you noticed, you probably saw it earlier when we first started the game and we got that first magic container, you could see it. Okay, now we're going to try to get to that empty patch without getting caught, but it doesn't usually work out too well. Because you have to walk so slow, you usually get caught. Alright, now we're at the empty patch. there is a magic container here, so you can, even if you don't need much life, you can refill it anyway, just to do that. Now we're going to try to get over there, to the left. There we go. Stand here, let them catch us, so we don't have to fight anything. Go this way. Go up. Get caught here. Now go over here. Stand here. Stand back here. There we go. Now we are at Palace 2. Alright guys, tune into the next video and we'll go over the entire palace. Thanks for watching.